Yom Tov of Shvius. This Yom Tov is all about Kabbalas HaTorah. It's a very high spiritual Yom Tov. It's a Yom Tov that we're connecting to our Torah. It's Kabbalas HaTorah. So this Yom Tov, I want to speak about something, an important topic, about why sometimes is the Torah itself our own trigger. So I had the story a week ago, which someone invited me to come see how the Galat learn in BMG. They invited me to come see, take a tour, and I resisted it. I said, I can't go for some reason. And now I saw that how much triggering that is, because it basically reminds me that what I am doing is kind of wasting my days and running after money or being busy in the business world, while these people are busy with Todas Hashem, they're busy with the truth, they're busy connecting with Hashem, and it triggered me. So that's why I resisted it all in all. And Torah in general, we see some people that they start resisting Torah and Yiddishkeit at a very early age, at the age of a teenager, and then they could leave it. They could leave Yiddishkeit. They resist the entire concept of Torah. They run away from it. Whenever they see it, they don't resonate with it. And we are trying to motivate them, come, learn, do some mitzvahs, keep some Shabbos, and the people are running away from it. There's some people that they don't want to look at it. And it's a weird thing, because from the other side, this is the biggest yearning a Yiddish neshama has, is to connect with Hashem. If you close the eyes of every Yid and you'll ask them, what do you want? What do you really want? And if they're dying in 2 weeks from now, they'll tell you they want to connect with Hashem. They'll want to do some mitzvahs, learn some Torah. And but in reality, we see people running away from it. They're not comfortable with it. And we all have it in a certain aspect that certain things about Yiddishkeit or Torah, or people who are learning, or people or mitzvahs itself are triggering us to resist it. And then we decide that we're not doing it, and we refrain from it, and we feel even worse about it. So first, let's address why does this happen? Where does this come from? The reason is very simple. When we were at a very young age, we started seeing that the way that people like us is with conditions, with Yiddishkeit being at the center of the condition of love. That means if I decide not to keep Shabbos, I know my father is going to start hating me. Or if I decide that I don't want to go to a yeshiva, I will be outcasted from the community. If I decide that I'm not in the mood of doing that, I'm not going to be liked. So our love was dependent, and our acceptance of our social circles was extremely dependent on the Torah and mitzvahs. That's why we were very scared about it, because it held the condition of our love. So because of that, whenever we remind ourselves that we did not perform well in Yiddishkeit or Torah or mitzvahs, we remind ourselves that we're not accepted, that we're not really loved. People only like us if we perform a certain way in Yiddishkeit. That is why we sometimes resist the entire concept of that, because it was held as the primary condition for our acceptance. And we as human beings, the biggest yearning that we have is to be accepted, is to be liked by other people, is to be accepted by our parents and by our close relatives or friends. And this thing of Torah and Yiddishkeit is so strong in our decisions, if we like someone or we accept someone or not. That is why we are so scared of it, because this defines our love. Okay, going further. Now, who are you really? So we first have to understand who we really are. We are a neshama. We are a chaylik elikam imal. We were sent here by Hashem. We are a piece of Hashem, a manifestation of Hashem, and we are liked by Hashem. And this is regardless of our performance yet with Torah and mitzvahs. This is who we are as an essence. Now, if we have no triggers, if we have no grudges in ourselves, you will see that we will be easily receptive to doing mitzvahs, doing Torah, and being closer to Hashem, because this is our inner desire. This is what we really want. Just sometimes we don't want to do it because it makes us feel, it reminds us that we are worthless. It reminds us that we are not good enough, because this is our imprinting from our childhood. In our childhood, we were imprinted that if you don't know by the fahed, or if you don't learn, in a week, or if you don't do, this and this mitzvah, then you're not. So that's why it reminds us of ourselves maybe being a nothing. So the Torah itself, this sounds very weird, but the Torah itself sometimes can be our own biggest trigger. When we see the Torah, we remind ourselves, look, there's so much to learn, there's so much svudim, there's so much people learning, and look where I am. I am a nothing. Once you go into that state, into that kind of thinking, you become frozen. I'm talking to myself. I become frozen. I don't want to daven. I don't want to learn. I don't want to do mitzvahs, because if I am a nothing, and nothing doesn't want to do anything, that is why many people have left Yiddishkeit for no reason. We don't even know why. People have stopped learning at the age of 13 or even earlier. People are not learning Torah for 20 to 30 years of their life until they come back at age 40, 50. So this is why it is happening. It is not happening naturally, because naturally we are we are a piece of Hashem, and we want to connect with Hashem. The way that we connect with Hashem is through Torah mitzvahs. Now, another concept that we have to understand, that what was given on Barak Sinai, when we say the Hashem gave the Torah, he didn't give us just the Svurim Shank. He didn't give us Svurim. He gave us the whole way of life. It's 630 mitzvahs. It happens to be that one of the mitzvahs is Limud Torah, but we're forgetting that there's mitzvahs of Minas Hashem, B'tochen, there's many, many mitzvahs that we're doing every day. And I heard a very great concept from a very great rabbi. What is Bittul Torah? I always thought if I don't learn, if I go to work, or if I decide I'm not going to learn now, I do Bittul Torah. And there's very harsh things stated on Bittul Torah. When people have Bittul Torah, it says Chayiv Misa. What is going on over here? Are we all doing Bittul Torah? So the answer is that every moment of your life, if it has an intention, if you're doing it for a reason, it is Torah. Torah means that you're doing things for a reason. Okay, you have to now build a family, you have to work, you have to do errands, pick up things, you have to prepare for Shabbos. That is all intention. But if a person just sits and just plays games for no good reason, or just reads something just to numb ourselves, or just we look at our phone just to distract ourselves, just for no reason, no intention at all, that is called Bittul Torah. And this is a great insight, because the Torah is not just the time when you learn your Daf Yomi, or when you go to your Besmedrish. The Torah is every single moment of your life that you're playing in this world. It's the whole encompassing life that is the Torah. So that is the number one thing, is we have to like ourselves unconditionally, which we do by going to our triggers, go to the places that trigger you, which could be a shul, which could be a Torah, which could be Rabbunim or Magachidim, or whoever is triggering you, or maybe you're even your own father or your mother, which they did not approve you or accept you based on your Yiddishkeit performance. Go to your triggers and start seeing the fire burning. Start seeing how bad it makes you feel, and try to sit in it for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes without intervening, without trying to fix it. That will integrate you to feel good about yourself without any conditions, without anything. Once we feel good about ourselves, now let's see, what are we doing with our life? How are we becoming closer to Torah? And how are we sustaining it? The answer is through creating your next goal. We see by the Torah wasn't given to the Eden before they said Nasa v'Nishma. Hashem could have done only the Kuf Alayim Har Kegigis and did whatever you want. You have to accept the Torah. There is no way out. And this is the way I want it. And no, it was first the Nasa v'Nishma. The reason is because anything in spirituality or Harachni is you cannot force on a person. Because if you're trying to tell me, okay, I'm forcing you, you must be happy within the next 5 minutes, you must be happy. If you are depressed, you're going to get killed. You cannot force a person to change anything spiritually in himself or in his mindset, which Torah is all about that. Torah is in the mind and in the heart. It's not a doing. It's mostly a spiritual thing. So it has to be self-driven. So take a moment, close your eyes, and decide, if I'm a great Eid, I'm close to Hashem, I'm right here, everything is okay, it's beautiful. What do I want to do next in terms of my growth in Yiddishkeit? What do I want to do based on where I am now? There's hundreds and hundreds of levels. And I'll tell you a secret, even the big tzaddik that you're seeing that is all doing everything right is internally feeling that they're nothing. And that is the key component that we have to rip out of us. We have to feel like everything. We have to feel good about ourselves and completely like ourselves unconditionally before we tap into growing to the next step. So once we feel good about ourselves, we sit down and we decide, okay, what do I want to do next? So you choose one goal. So I'll give you an example. The goal is going to be to learn Daf Yomi. I want to be able to learn Daf Yomi. I did not learn Gemara for many years now, and I'm giving an example, and I had similar examples with myself, and I want to start learning it, but you know yourself that you did not learn anything for the past 3-4 years, and you're not at any state close to it that you're going to start learning Daf Yomi tomorrow. So this is why you're setting your dream. Now close your eyes and ask yourself, why do I want to have this? Why do I want to achieve the goal of learning Daf Yomi every day? And you'll see that there is a deep, deep reason why you want it. Not because your father wants it, not because you want it for a school, not because of any reason. It's you want to do it because your inner spark, because you're connected to Hashem, because you're a Yid, you decided that you want to do this. Just a little quick note, it says, that the Torah is worth for me more than millions of dollars. The question we ask ourselves is, we're busy most of the day with some people are busy with making millions. They're not valuing Torah as much as they're valuing the business, the money. The answer is no. I'll ask you this question. When you don't put on a light on Shabbos, I'll ask you, if I give you $1 million, if someone comes to you, it gives you $1 million, well, just put on this light. You will say no. Most people would say no. That means that Shemitah Shabbos, which is the Torah, is worth you more than 5 to 10 to even $25 million. Now think about this. There's not one goy in the world that is going to give up $1 million for Shemitah Shabbos, which is Torah. Torah is the way of life. So this is not the limit of Torah. We're going into the real Torah. So this means Toivli Torah spichum alpha zuah v'chesed. You hold the value because you're connected to Hashem, because you have been grown up on all of these values that you've been given through your parents. You are valuing Torah and Hashem to the next level. So based on that, you close your eyes, you say, okay, I want to learn Daf Yomi because I want to connect to Hashem. This is the reason why. I want to connect to Hashem every day. And you're going to choose the way how to achieve it. You're going to choose a daily habit, a small little thing that's very easy to do, which you think will get you towards your goal. So the first thing is you're going to set that you're going to take out a Gemara and you're going to put it on the table and put it back on the shelf every single day. And you're going to say it in the morning, I want to take out a Gemara and put it on the table and look at it and then put it back. And at night, you're going to come back to your paper and check, did I do it? Did I not do it? You do it for 21 days. You will do this habit. You will see that it starts to open up your brain to see and vision your goal. And then after a few days, you're going to change your habit a bit, something more that you think, okay, you're comfortable doing that. Now you're going to say, I want to open the front page. I want to open it to the daf, not learning the daf, just open it to that page every single day at this time. You'll do it for 21 days. Then you'll change it. You will see in a very short time, you will see yourself doing the daf every day with your own motivation and without feeling bad and without feeling like a garbage, just by you wanting to do something because you feel good about it. And this is your next step in Yiddishkeit and being closer to Hashem. And you can do that in any part of it, or even in Shemitah Shabbos, or wherever place you want to be growing. There's always place to grow, so there's no room to beat ourselves up. And that is the way how we connect to Hashem. We're always receptive. We are receptive to the Vaikis. We're receptive to the actual connection to Hashem. We don't use Torah as our triggers and to trigger other people. We just use it for growth and for connection and for love. Have an amazing, amazing Yom Tov.